My 29th birthday last weekend was supposed to be a milestone, a celebration of surviving my chaotic family dynamics. I'm Evan, and if you've ever had a family party turn into a calculated ambush, you'll get where I'm coming from. It started innocently enough. A cake sat on the kitchen counter, balloons floated courtesy of my cousin's kids, and the usual chatter about traffic and weather filled the air. For once, I was in a good mood, relaxed. 2 years ago, I bought my house after grinding through my 20s, late nights, every bonus check saved, no luxuries. It's modest, but it's mine. Apparently, that's the issue. It's mine. After dinner, my mom stood up, clinking her wine glass like she was about to toast a happy occasion. In a tone too cheerful for her words, she announced, "We all agree Evan should sell his house and give the proceeds to your sister's baby fund. She needs it more." For a split second, I thought it was a joke. The table laughed, but it wasn't the "this is absurd" kind of laugh. It was the "he's about to cave" kind. My cousins clapped. My dad gave a proud nod to my mom. My sister? She dabbed at crocodile tears with a napkin, straight out of a low-budget drama. A surge of heat hit me, anger mixed with disbelief. Who says that out loud? My grip tightened on my glass. No one had consulted me. No heads up. They decided my life's biggest achievement should be cashed out to fund my sister's choices. "Evan," my mom said again, like I'd missed it, "don't you think it's time to step up for the family? Your sister's baby needs a proper nursery, a bigger place. You don't need all that space, living alone." That "living alone" jab cut deep. I choose solitude because it's my sanctuary. But apparently, that makes me the family's piggy bank. My aunt chimed in, leaning forward. "Think of it as a legacy gift for the next generation. It's a blessing." My uncle nodded sagely. Every eye was on me. I took a slow sip of my drink, keeping my face blank, but my mind was a-s. Storm. Do they really expect me to liquidate my only asset? Hand over hundreds of thousands? My sister sniffled theatrically. "I can't believe you'd even pause," she said. "You know I've been struggling since Matt lost his job. We're barely scraping by on rent. You're fine. This would change our lives." Fine. That word twisted my gut. Fine. After skipping trips, pulling overtime, eating instant noodles for a year to afford the down payment? It wasn't handed to me. I looked around the table. Not one person seemed to think this was insane. My dad raised his glass. "You're the man now, son," he said, grinning. "Do right by your family." That's when it hit me. This wasn't a suggestion. It was a staged intervention, sprung on my birthday, in front of everyone, to guilt me into compliance. The room felt suffocating. My chest tightened, but I stayed calm. Then I remembered something I hadn't planned to share that night. I grabbed my phone, unlocked it, and pulled up a message I'd received that morning, one that had floored me when I first read it. "I got some news today," I said, standing slowly. The room hushed, all eyes on me. My mom beamed, expecting me to agree to her plan. My sister sat up, clutching her napkin like she was in a tearjerker movie. I cleared my throat, held up my phone, and read aloud the bank's message, my voice steady, almost casual. The moment the first sentence hit, every fork and glass froze. "The bank confirms your requested transfer is complete," I read. "Full amount, for $128,000. Your mortgage is paid in full, and your deed will arrive within 5 business days." Silence. My mom's smile locked in place. My sister's fake tears vanished. My dad choked on his wine. I stood there, phone in one hand, glass in the other, letting the words linger like a fog. I hadn't planned it like this. Paying off the mortgage was a private goal I'd chipped away at for months. The timing was pure chance, but it felt like destiny. "So," I said, still standing, "you're asking me to sell something I own outright. Free and clear. You want me to fork over nearly $500,000 because you what? Held a secret family meeting without me." No one spoke. Even the kids in the next room went quiet. My mom recovered first. "That's amazing, sweetheart," she said, her voice dripping with condescension. "And now it's even simpler. You can sell for full value and give your sister a new beginning." I stared at her. "Did you miss what I just said?" My cousin Mark tried to defuse things with a chuckle. "Come on, man, it's an investment in family unity. You'll be Uncle Evan, the legend." "Legend," I echoed. "For making myself homeless?" My sister folded her arms, napkin balled in her fist. "You wouldn't be homeless," she snapped. "You could rent. It's just you." "Just me?" I cut in. And renting is exactly what I worked years to avoid. My pulse pounded in my ears. I'm not usually this blunt with them, but something snapped. Do you have any clue how long I saved for this house? How many late nights I worked to make the payments? And you sit here, on my birthday, telling me to sell it because you think your needs trump my entire future. My dad raised his hands, playing peacemaker. No one's saying you have to, son. We're just saying it's the right move. The right move. That phrase hit like a slap. My whole life, that's been their code for do what we want. Give up your weekend, lend money, skip your plans so your sister gets her way. Funny, I said, sitting back down. The right move never seems to work in my favor. That landed. My mom's jaw tightened. My aunt coughed awkwardly. No one spoke. The tension was palpable, but for once, I didn't smooth it over. Dinner fizzled out. People poked at their food in silence. My cousins avoided my gaze. My sister whispered furiously to my mom, her husband gripping her arm under the table to calm her. When the cake came out, the singing was lackluster. I blew out the candles, and the silence lingered. That quiet, something shifted in me. This wasn't just a bad night. It was a pattern. If I gave in now, they'd keep coming for more. That's when the seed of retaliation took root. Not loud or dramatic, but calculated. I smiled as I sliced the cake. Thanks for coming, everyone, I said, my tone light. I'll keep in touch. My mom's face told me she sensed a change, but she had no clue how far I'd go. A week later, the silence from my family was deafening. No texts, no cousin memes, nothing. At first, it felt nice, calm. But by day 4, unease crept in. In my family, silence means scheming. Sure enough, Friday night, my mom called. No pleasantries. Your sister's been crying all week, she said, her voice heavy with blame. She thinks you don't care about her, or the baby. I care, I said carefully. But I'm not selling my house. That's final. A pause, then her voice dropped. Well, you might want to sit down. Your father and I found a solution that works for everyone. We talked to a realtor. He says you could get top dollar if you sell now. It'd be enough to help your sister and still rent a nice place. I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound that surprised me. You what? We didn't do anything formal, she said quickly, as if that softened it. We just had him check the property online. He's got buyers ready. It could close in 60 days if you play ball. Play ball, I said, incredulous. You don't get to play ball with my house. Her tone turned cold. You're being selfish, Evan. Your sister's facing eviction, and you're sitting on a house you don't need. My grip on the phone tightened. Don't need? This is my home. My safe haven. I nearly killed myself working for this, and you think I should toss it because my sister had bad luck? It's not bad luck, my mom snapped. Matt's layoff wasn't his fault. Your sister's worked hard too. She's about to be a mother. I'm thrilled for her, I said flatly. But I'm not sacrificing my future for her nursery decor. Silence, Then a click as she hung up. I stood there, staring at the phone, guilt and fury battling inside me. Growing up, I was the fixer. The one who gave up his share, stayed home, lent out his stuff. My sister was the golden child. If she cried, I was told to hand over whatever I had. But now, in my kitchen, looking at the house I fought for, I felt something new, determination. 2 days later, I got proof this wasn't just talk. Coming home from the store, I saw a car parked out front. A guy in a blazer was snapping photos of my house. I walked up. Can I help you? He smiled. You must be Evan. I'm Tom. Your parents asked me to do a quick exterior appraisal for a potential listing. I froze. A listing? Yeah, he said. They said you're considering selling and want to move fast. Great property. Should get plenty of offers. My pulse throbbed in my neck. Leave. Now. Don't come back unless I personally call you. He blinked, startled. Of course. My mistake. No. I said quietly, watching him retreat. Not your mistake. Theirs. I called my dad immediately. Why was a realtor photographing my house? He didn't even sound remorseful. Oh good, he found it. I told him to stop by. Without asking me. You weren't answering, he said, like that justified it. We thought you needed a nudge. A nudge. My jaw ached from clenching. If you send anyone to my property again, I'm calling the cops. Clear. A long pause. Evan, he said, low. Don't do something you'll regret. Family comes first. Funny, I said. It doesn't feel like you're putting anyone first except her. I hung up. That night, I paced my house, restless, thinking of every sacrifice I'd made to keep the peace. This house was the first thing I'd done for me, and they were trying to rip it away. By morning, I was done playing nice. Done being the pushover. If they wanted to fight over my house, they'd get one, on my terms. I started making calls, not to family, but to a lawyer, the bank, and a friend in real estate law. I wasn't just protecting my house. I was ensuring they'd never pull this again. Then, a week later, my sister escalated things to a whole new level. I came home to find a thick envelope from the county assessor's office in my mailbox. Inside was a form requesting authorization for a property valuation for sale. I hadn't submitted it. My stomach sank. At the bottom was a signature. My signature. Except it wasn't. My sister had forged it, clearly tracing one from my closing documents 2 years ago. I called her immediately. "Hey," she answered, fake cheer in her voice. "Cut it," I said coldly. "Did you forge my signature?" A pause, then an exasperated sigh. "God, Evan, you're so dramatic. It's just paperwork. We were trying to move things along before the market shifts." Mom and Dad know," she said defensively. "They said it was fine. You were stalling, and I can't be homeless with a baby." I laughed, stunned. "You committed fraud, and your excuse is the market? Do you hear how crazy that sounds?" "You're overreacting," she snapped. "You should thank me for pushing you to do the right thing. This way, we all move forward." "Move forward," I said, my voice low. "You have no idea what's coming. Don't contact me. Don't text. Don't come near my property." I hung up, trembling, not with fear, but with something fiercer. The next day, I met my lawyer. We drafted a cease and desist letter, stating no one was authorized to act on my behalf regarding my property. We filed it with the county, including my real signature for verification. Then we prepared a restraining order against my sister and a no trespass notice barring my family from contacting realtors or setting foot on my property without permission. It cost a chunk, but when the sheriff served the papers at my parents' house, my cousin texted within minutes. "Bro, what did you do? Your mom looks like she saw a ghost." That weekend, I had friends over and signed papers transferring my house into a revocable living trust, with me as the sole trustee. Legally, the house wasn't mine anymore. It belonged to the trust, untouchable by lawsuits or pressure. But I wasn't finished. A month later, my sister sent baby shower invitations. I wasn't invited. My mom texted, "We thought it best you skip it to keep things calm." That was the final push for the plan I'd been quietly crafting since my birthday. While my family thought I was sulking, I'd been meeting with a financial advisor. I had more savings than they knew, not a fortune, but enough. 2 weeks before the shower, I had an event planner book the fanciest venue in town for the same date and time. I sent invitations to the extended family, my sister's friends, cousins, even her co-workers, for Evan's housewarming and mortgage-free celebration. On the day, my sister's shower went ahead, but my cousin texted that barely half her guests showed. The rest came to my event. I gave a brief speech, calm and composed, standing by a display of my framed deed and a photo of my house. "Thanks for being here," I said. "As some of you know, there's been drama about my home. Tonight, I want to be clear, this house isn't going anywhere. It's paid off, legally protected, and untouchable by anyone but me. I won't be pressured, guilt, or manipulated into giving up what I've built." The room burst into applause, not polite claps, but genuine support. Several relatives later told me they admired my stand, wishing they'd done the same in their families. My sister texted mid-party, "You're so selfish." Half my guests left early. Do you know how humiliating that was? I didn't respond. Weeks later, I heard she and Matt moved in with his parents, unable to pay rent. I didn't gloat or rub it in. I also didn't offer help. At Thanksgiving, months later, my sister wouldn't meet my eyes. My mom acted like nothing happened, but she never mentioned my house or my duties again. Funny how people stop demanding when you show they can't push. As we left, my dad walked me out. For the first time, he looked at me with respect. "You made your point," he said quietly. "Yeah," I said, pulling on my coat. "And I'll make it again if I need to." Driving home, I parked in my driveway and sat, staring at my house. My house. For the first time in months, it didn't feel like a war zone. It felt like home. And the best part? I didn't just win. I ensured there'd be no next time. So, that's how I stopped my family's scheme and secured my house for good. I still can't believe they thought I'd just cave because they asked. What do you think? Was I too harsh with the legal steps? Or was it the only way to make them respect my boundaries? Would you have gone this far with your family?